Hey guys, here we are. This is now the top 10, the good stuff, the top 10 videos for comics releasing on April 21st. I'm Shawn.
This is true.
Yes, he is. Now, first things first, guys. If you want to win all my picks, I can't show them to you yet, but they're right here. If you want to win these, my top 10, you have to be subscribed to the channel, hit the like button. You know what to do. Hit the like button. It's like over here somewhere. Hit the like button and then comment your like number and let me know what you're looking most forward to get this week. Let me know what you think about our picks. Let me know if you think I'm an idiot or if Drew's the best or if Drew's an idiot and I'm the best, whatever. Just say some cool stuff. I love reading the comments. Yeah. I read all of them. I think Drew reads all of them. I can't reply to all of them. I can't like all of them, but I read every one of them. I love hanging out with you guys in the comment section. I feel like I'm talking to a bunch of cool guys and gals in the comic shop. All right. With no further ado, let us get started, sir. Had a little bit of fighting going on in the other video, so don't forget, go back to our other video, the skip-its and the mediums, the runner-ups for the week. Go back and like that video also. Comment on it. I give stuff away there, hardcover slabs. You can win something there. Had a big fight about the last one, but it's okay. I'm mad at them. We love them. Okay. My number 10. Here we go.
Number 10.
So you have Usagi. I have Batman 0 points.
Yeah, that was my, yeah.
That was in your mad. This is why it made mine. This is a $20 book right now. These were under ordered. There's a code in there to unlock a skin for Fortnite. I don't play Fortnite, but you can unlock a pretty kick-ass skin. I think this one might be Harley Quinn.
Yes, it's the
Harley Quinn's new outfit.
It's the Rebirth.
Rebirth. Oh, Rebirth. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. The Rebirth Harley Quinn's a good outfit. So you can unlock Harley Quinn with this one. If you collect all the codes for all the Batman Fortnites that are coming out, there's a super skin you get. I think it's a Batman armor you get or something. Anyway, this book was under order. DC didn't promote it very well. Comic shops didn't. The word wasn't out there, so there weren't a lot of pre-orders. A lot of Batman's being published right now, so a lot of shops didn't over-order this book at all. So it's going to be hard to come by. So get your LCS early, pick it up, and good luck finding this book. It's already going for $20-ish, okay? And the story is really solid. I really like the story. It's a quick read. Your kids will love it. You'll love it. I really enjoyed it. Pretty solid book. So go ahead with your Usagi.
Stan Sakai. He is still kicking ass in this. I love it. His art, this cover is beautiful. I love it. And the story is simple. He delivers a basket of snakes to a recluse on an island.
This cover?
Yes, this cover. I love this cover.
You sure that's beautiful?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's got an old Japanese 1800s art style to it, which I appreciate.
Okay.
Yeah. And he discovers that the two have a very dark history, very sinister history. Yeah, it's very good. The art is terrific. There's a very creepy scene later on with the guy on the island he's taking the snakes to. The action, the dialogue, all solid. It's a very solid read. Stan Sakai still has it. Check it out. It's fun.
Okay. I'm still looking for the beautiful cover.
Yeah, I think it's a beautiful cover.
I'm just fucking with you.
It's that Japanese art style from the 1800s, I believe. Yeah.
It sure is.
Yes.
Okay. Ultra Mega. Oh, Avengers. So my
yes.
Avengers was in the almost made it. It's in the runners up.
Yes.
So why'd you like it so much?
So I'm gonna get historical on this. I'm gonna get very historical. I don't know if Jason David Tarrant was intentional with this. If he was, kudos on you, because this is what I picked up off of this. I had to take notes. I took a lot of notes because there's a lot of reading, a lot to remember.
Yeah.
But what he's done with the Vampire Nation here, what he's done with them, what Dracula says to his people, what's going on. I saw an analogy being made from the vampires to the Cossacks during the Second World War.
Okay.
Now, if you're not familiar with the Cossacks, a little history lesson, there were ethnic Russians and Ukrainians who were against the Soviet Union, surrendered to the British and the Americans, but were sent back to the Russians and were all swiftly killed.
Okay.
So I kind of felt like that was going on here, where they came to help, the humans and everything, but no, it's like, get out of here.
King in Black.
Yeah, the King in Black.
They helped the King in Black,
yes.
And then they were instantly just
get out of here.
GTFO.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I picked that up on this. And a lot, yeah, maybe I'm wrong.
Interesting.
Yes, I'm like, this is
Interesting.
very familiar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
okay.
I do like the twist at the end with Blade, which is
Yep,
very interesting.
I like it.
Yes, the vampire stuff in this is actually very interesting. Everything else with the Avengers going on in the Avengers Mountain, I couldn't care less
Yeah, it's
about.
kind of a cool little intro
it's,
scene.
It's all right, but the vampire stuff is actually very interesting. What they're doing with the vampire nations. If there's a mini series based around the vampire nation, I would love that with him as
with the direction they're taking it. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just so over vampires in the Marvel universe.
Okay.
They're just such a non-factor.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think they're finally trying to do something with them, and this isn't a bad start.
No, it's not. No,
it's better than the Wolverine series, what's happening in them, which is terrible.
Yes, absolutely.
This is better. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Ultra Mega. I loved Ultra Mega #1.
Yes.
I really liked Ultra Mega #2.
Yes.
It still made the top 10. Mm-hmm. It's just a little confusing to me. I think
really?
I feel like a couple books just went
what
like
part?
right over. Well, so
mm-hmm.
#1 happened.
Yep.
And the Ultra Mega came alive. He fought
mm-hmm.
the kaijus.
Yes.
Now we're fast forward in history,
mm-hmm.
and there's all these different factions. You know what? If I went back and read it again, I would probably understand it now more gooder than I did the first time.
I will say this to you because I did notice his transitions really aren't the strongest.
Oh man, there's a couple parts where I'm just looking at it going like back page and forward page.
When did this happen? Yeah.
What just happened? Is this win now?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nothing spelled out for you.
No.
The #1 was just so big, the action, but I feel like that's our historical moment that's now setting the stage for the rest of these. Mm-hmm. And I did like the ending. I'm looking forward to issue #3.
Absolutely.
That could be really, really cool. Mm-hmm. I do like how they're using the body parts of the kaijus for different things. There's some pretty cool stuff in there. Yeah. There's a moment in there where one of the heroes does a very non-heroic thing.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. I was
like, whoa, he just said that.
Yeah.
Like, wow. So pick it up and read it. I really liked it. Looking forward to the next one. It's made my #9. Okay, #8. Okay, cool.
Carnage. Yeah, red, white, and black.
Yeah, I got something about that later.
Black, white, and blood. Okay.
Way of X. Mm-hmm. You touched on this earlier. Yes. Mm-hmm. I did like how I was very skeptical of this book.
Mm-hmm. Likewise.
Very, very skeptical. I was pleasantly surprised. Mm-hmm. A lot of stuff they've already covered in the X books that I've had a huge problem with. I've been like, this isn't a good thing. Like, they've defeated death. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean anything to die. And in the very beginning, one of the X-Men just throws away their life. Mm-hmm. And they're like, that was really cool. Mm-hmm. And Kurt's like, this isn't right. This isn't cool. And then their whole crucible that they do, if a mutant doesn't have their powers and they want to come back with their powers because of House of M and Wanda saying no more mutants, they have to go through a crucible where they basically have to fight a mutant with powers. They have to die honorably. Then they are worthy enough to get bumped to the front of the line to be brought back to life. That's just not right either. Yeah. They're basically murdered in a savage and tortured a little bit to come back to life. There's a lot of really effed up things that the X-Men are doing right now.
Yes. And Nightcrawler points it out to Xavier.
He does.
One point. Yes.
He does. Yeah. He's the conscious of the X-Men. And he gets in a pretty good debate with Magneto in there. Mm-hmm. Magneto was very well written. He's Magneto. Mm-hmm. All the X-Men are very well written. I really liked it. I'm looking forward to the next one. I really am.
Yeah, I'm going to check it out because it has an interesting cliffhanger. So yeah,
really interested in this one. Okay, yes. Black, White, and Blood.
So Carnage, Black, White, and Blood #2. I didn't really care for issue #1. But then they brought out the big guns for this.
Yes.
Holy crap.
Cates and Zdarsky. And Ram V's story was good too.
And Marco Cicchetto.
Cichetto's art is so
Kyle
good.
Hotz.
And Hotz.
Holy crap. They brought out everyone for this.
Yeah, this is great.
The stories in this are terrific. A lot of fun. And each one is different.
Yeah.
Just terrific.
Well, the first story almost feels like an epilogue to King in Black.
Yes, it does.
It really does kind of wrap up King in Black. Like, what happens to Carnage once Venom is the King in Black and he's now the king of the symbiotes?
Yes.
It shows what happens.
And the second one was more of a family-centered story, a dark family.
Super dark.
Yes. But the third one I liked the most. That was like the horror story.
And I think that kid, I'm going to talk about this. This is higher up in my picks because I think it's got key factor to it. There's a first appearance of a kid that at the end, has an encounter with Carnage and Spider-Man, and at the end, the Carnage symbiote's kind of creeping up behind him. Yes. So that's definitely could be a something.
Yes, this
It's
is a solid book through.
Really
and through.
good. Yeah,
Yes.
all the stories are really good.
Absolutely.
Really,
Yes.
really enjoyed this one too. Yeah. I'm gonna get to mine's later. I won't touch on it too much when I get to it.
Catwoman.
So that
number 30.
okay. I'll
Yes.
go on this first. So you
Okay.
had this. You were God. You're so hard on Nightwing because you're a Nightwing fan.
I love Nightwing. Yes.
I'm kind of a Nightwing fan. I enjoy him sometimes. I don't normally pick him up and read his stuff. This has got a first appearance in it. There's a new villain, Man Without a Heart, or they call him something else, Heartless.
Yeah.
I don't know what his name's going to be yet.
Yeah.
But
it's odd how he does it. It's like, whoa, did not see that coming.
There was a couple of really good art pages when it shows. I like when it shows the action scene, like how he jumps from a building to another building and then onto a bus, and then he jumps over here and then he swings. There's only one sequence in that where I was like, I don't understand how he got to here. Like he jumps and jumps and jumps, and then he gets. How does he get from here to here? But I really like those pages too. And this is up here mostly. The story's solid. You didn't like it because for a lot of reasons, but I thought it was pretty good. It's clear he's going to fail in what he's trying to do.
Yes,
he's totally going to fail. But I understand where he's coming from. All of a sudden, he's a billionaire, and somebody comes up to him and says, "Hey, man, can you spare some change?" And he's like, "As a matter of fact, I can." And then he just hooks up a bunch of people, but you can just see it heading for disaster.
Yes,
there's a reason why socialism doesn't work.
Yes.
Okay, so Man Without a Heart. Go ahead with yours.
Catwoman, number 30, Ginny Frison cover. I love this cover. This cover is tits. I love it. This
literally.
Is literally tits. Holy crap.
It's a good cover.
Yes, it is. And when I see her at a show, I'm gonna buy this from you, actually. I'm gonna take this and have her sign it, maybe remark it. So I love this one so much.
Super good.
So we've miraculously, the Riddler survived.
Yep.
The last issue. And we see, I sympathize with why he's taking that drug. I can understand why. If you've been at the top for so long, and you want that edge, it's like you want to keep getting that edge.
Yeah.
And we find out what happened to Poison Ivy, and we get a twist on another Batman character that I did not see coming at all. And
I didn't recognize the villain who kicks Penguin's ass, but I like that guy.
Yes, well, that's supposed to, I don't want to spoil it, but he's I'll say it later on.
He's a thing.
He's a thing.
Okay.
He's been around.
Okay.
Yes.
I didn't recognize him at all.
Yeah.
I was like, who is this guy? He's badass.
Yes.
And I want more of that dude.
But this is a new persona for him in this.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Great action. Yes. Great action scenes. Highly recommend this. A lot of fun. Catwoman's beautiful in this. Kicks ass. It's
terrific. The last page, she shows up to that party, and you're just like, bam.
Bam. Yes.
What's up, Selena? Okay. Next one. We're down to number 6?
It's 6. Yes.
6.
Girls of Dimensions 13.
Ooh,
yes.
What a pleasant surprise from you, sir. So I'll start. Captain Marvel, cool new costume. She's trying to learn magic. New costume, key factor to me. I enjoyed the story. She banged Doctor Strange in the previous issue.
What?
And, yeah.
Wow.
And it's pretty funny how Spider-Woman's like giving her shit for it. Like, did you do this? She's like, when did this happen? Like at his door, knocking on it. And Catwoman like, well, it's written really funny. Catwoman like wants the door. She's like, remain the door. We should go. And
Spider-Woman or?
I'm sorry. Spider-Woman. You just said Catwoman.
Okay.
Spider-Woman.
Okay.
They ring the doorbell to get into his sanctum sanctorum, right? And then he doesn't answer right away. And Spider-Woman's like, we should just leave. And she's like, you can't ding dong ditch Doctor Strange. There's really funny moments in there. And even the previous issue when the girls show up and they're trying to cheer up Captain Marvel. It's really well written. One of them keeps crashing in through her window, and she's like, "If you do that again, like I'm going to show you how powerful I am." It's really funny. But anyway, I really like this new costume. It's pretty cool. She even makes fun of her own costume. I love when all the tongue-in-cheek stuff, they make fun of themselves. It's really well written. New costume, great cover. That's why I picked it. Go for it, sir.
This is one of the very few series I've read where the main characters, who are all female, are all likable and relatable.
Yes.
This is terrific.
Yes.
Graham Nolan, the co-creator of Bane, wrote this.
Yes.
Graham Nolan.
That's where I recognize the name from.
Yes, he did.
That's where I recognize the name from.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes.
I was like, Graham Nolan. Because halfway through, I was like, who wrote this? I was like, Graham Nolan. Where do I know that from? Yes. There it is.
Yes.
He made Bane. Oh, now he's writing Girls of Other Dimensions.
Yeah, actually ask him what he thinks of that movie. Ask him what he thinks. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. This is so this made my my runner-ups.
Yeah.
Runner-ups is I'm glad that you liked it so much. I really enjoyed it.
I thoroughly love this. The characters in this are terrific, and we find out like they're all linked together through one way. They're told not to. There's 2 stipulations. They can't do them, and of course, one of them they do.
They do it.
Of course, they do it. You know, who wouldn't?
I like the peer pressure aspect. Like, what are you, a rule listener? Are you a rule obeyer? Or we got one of those in our hands. It's got kind of that clue aspect to it where they'll show up in the mansion. And I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, Graham Nolan, he wrote that one Indiegogo I recommended.
You know what's funny is I put this in my top 10s and I got a lot of crap for it. People were like,
really?
This is gonna I got a lot of crap for it. That book's gonna be garbage. I can't believe you picked that book. And I was like, it's gonna be something to watch because I believe in Aftershock and how they pick their titles. Like we said in the other video, Joe Pruitt, he's one of the big guys over there at Aftershock. He doesn't allow a bunch of crap to get through. No. Aftershock has lately just had hit after hit after hit. And I really like this one too. It barely didn't make my top 10. I'm glad it made yours.
I'm going to reach out to Graham Nolan. I'm going to let him know that we both recommended this for him to check out the video.
Super cool,
and, see what he says.
That'd be great. I like it.
And a great ending with a certain animal on the cover.
Yeah, loved it. That was a surprise too.
Yes.
I was like, what?
Number 5.
So it's a good story. It's so good. I want a movie based on this story. Like this would have been a better Alien 4 than Alien 4.
Yes, or 3.
Or 3. Yeah, it's just so good. You can relate to the dad in this. He's the old hardened war veteran. The guys are teasing him a little bit. He's given an ultimatum. He has to go back to where he wasn't want to go. His son is incorrigible and won't listen and an activist. He's got himself in a world of shit.
Yep.
And now they're stuck on a ship. By issue 2, they're not messing around. They set the stage. They tell the story clearly. And we get Space Marines on board a ship stranded with an alien.
Yes. So in case you're driving, this is Alien number 2.
Oh, Alien number 2. Yeah, well, we keep forgetting to say it. Alien number 2.
Yes.
In case you didn't figure that out by now. But yeah, it's so good. I really enjoy it. What do you want to add to that?
So I want to add, Kyle and I, when we did our review, we both did not like this. Did not like issue 1.
Okay.
And it totally redeemed itself.
All right.
You really, honestly, you did not have to read issue 1 at all. This could be your issue 1. The same points are covered, essentially. And you can just go in perfectly fine. Yeah.
Issue 1 was really good. Yeah. It sets the stage perfectly for this. Well, I liked it because it sets the stage for this. You probably didn't like it. I wasn't here that week, but you probably didn't like it because there were no aliens in Alien.
Well, no, and it's just, they made the future really look more like today, and I really didn't care for the characterization of most of the characters. I mean, the only likable character was Bishop in that first issue, for me at least.
Yeah, the model of Bishop.
I'm sorry, yes, the model of Bishop. Yeah. But in this, we have relatable characters in this. They're Space Marines. They're hysterical, making those jokes.
Yeah, I really like how the kid in the first issue, the kid plays the dad big time.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
And then the dad even says in this one, he's like, "Oh, I'm such an idiot." Yeah. It's like we were all thinking that too, like, you idiot.
Yes.
And the kid just uses his dad, which makes the kid not like the kid. Yeah. So part of you wants the kid to get eaten by an alien.
See, yeah, exactly. I really hope he is. And part of me was really hoping that this could have been issue 1, and we could have gotten that reveal as to what that kid had done later on in the series.
Okay.
As opposed to getting it all at Jump Street. But Salvador LaRocca's art in this, when the action kicks in, it is awesome.
Yeah,
the suspense scene, there's certain scenes with the face huggers. It's great. I love it.
So I chose the Hans variant, and yours I think is just the
main cover.
The main cover, yeah. Okay. Number 4.
Quattro. Ultra Mega.
Yeah.
Yes.
So go and wrap up your thoughts on Ultra Mega from what I said.
So
Ultra Mega.
Yes, this is Ultra Mega. The art. So one thing I got to give the creator of this credit as James Herron. When you're doing a comic book, you have no budget, essentially. It's your creativity. It's your imagination. His imagination is off the chain in this. That's one thing I love about this guy. He has no limit to his imagination in this. He is so flipping creative with his world in this.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Kudos.
That's a good point. He takes us all over the place.
Exactly. And it's not like reading a Netflix comic, you know.
And his world he's created after the kaijus and the Ultra Mega battle seems like a much more believable world that would happen after that kind of thing happened than we've seen in some movies.
Yes, absolutely. And we get the origin of the kaiju in this and the Ultra Megas, where they come from, which is great. And
over time, how they
time.
just wind up showing up in different avatars. And that was really cool.
Yeah. And I really cannot wait for the next issue. It looks awesome.
And what's great is, so it's a $7.99 book, but it is all, you get so much story in this.
Yes.
There's not 7 pages in the back of ads and filler.
There's no ads.
And previews for another issue coming out. It's just all in the cover. It's thick cardstock. Marvel, please take notes on how to print a cover. Just kudos to Image and James and Dave, James Harden and Dave Stewart for creating this amazing book. Dude, I loved it also.
Your imagination is off the chain, man. Love it. It's terrific.
So Valkyries, I was pleasantly surprised by Valkyries. I really, really liked Valkyries. I liked it a lot. Jason Aaron surprised me again. I feel like there's also, I'm pretty sure there's 2 first appearances in here. One's going to be a little more significant than the other. But I got a little note here because I'm old and I can't remember shit. So there's a baby god in here. So Hela's wife she's kind of gone off into hiding. Spoiler alert here, but I'm not really ruining too much for you. And she's had a kid somewhere. I don't know where I missed this at because I've been reading all the Valkyries. But she had a kid somewhere and she's in hiding from Hela. And she has this new baby little god. And in the beginning, you're introduced to these 3 babies just kind of floating through time and space. And then there's a new villain who's a combination of all 3 of these wolves. And he shows all the different versions of these wolves that he is. And Jane's like, what do I call you? And he's like, just call me More. So I think he's his first appearance of More. He's like all these different wolves in Norse mythology combined into one dude. And he looks really freaking cool. He looks really cool. And there's a first appearance of the Oracle because the Valkyrie that came back from time, the movie Valkyrie, she finds out what her name is finally. And she goes and she's going to break this Oracle creature trapped in this other world, trapped in this sphere that'll tell you one thing, I guess, if you ask it for a price. Well, she just asks it a bunch of questions. They try to take her away. And she's going to kick their ass with Jabjorn. But I really, really like the art in this is really good. I was pleasantly surprised. And whatever Jason Aaron is building in this, I feel like it's going to be a long run and it's going to be epic because this is laying the seeds for a huge story. I really enjoy Valkyrie. And I think there's a mega key factor here also, guys. So next.
The Trace.
So number three.
Haha.
Okay. So I'll start with this because we already talked about this in the other video. Yeah, so yours already had this one in your picks, right?
Yes,
earlier on.
Yeah, it was like number
so
7.
I put this higher up because it is all the rage. It is super good.
Yeah.
But Brandon is the kid's name. Brandon is in here. He's the symbiote sneaks up behind him like you think he's going to get him at the very end. So as far as we know, Carnage has been put out of commission by Eddie in the first story here. Second story, Carnage is fighting Spider-Man, and it looks like he leaves a little piece of him behind with Brandon. So now I don't know what's going on with Norman Osborn, who we know has a little bit of Carnage in him. And so does this kid Brandon now. So I don't know. They're planting some seeds here. So this could be a thing in the future. You never know. You never know, especially with these symbiotes and these kids and the characters showing up in here. It's definitely worth picking up. It's a great story. All 3 stories are fantastic.
Yes.
And there's key factor to it. You got to get Black, White, and Blood this week. Dude, talk about Haha because I want to talk about that too.
Okay,
Go ahead.
Haha number 4. So this was a shockingly touching story dealing with alcoholism, poisoned souls, unhappiness, but it has a happy ending at the end. It's very Dickensian like that. It reminded me of a Charles Dickens story.
Okay.
Which is great. And I don't want to spoil too much about this, but this is a terrific comic. This is a solid, heartfelt, touching. It's a very good read. I was shocked by how much I enjoyed this.
It's a lot deeper than I thought it would be.
It is very deep.
I went back and looked at it again because it's one of those comics where the words that are being told in the blocks are being told by a different narrator, but the pictures are from a different one. And then the guy that you're seeing the pictures of, when they start telling the story, the box show up on a different event that's happening. So as they're talking about their current situation, it relates to the other situation for the other character. And it's super deep.
Yes.
The ending kind of threw me. That's why I didn't. The only reason it didn't make my top 10 because the ending kind of threw me a little bit. I was like, it kind of sputtered out.
Okay.
I felt like it was building and building and building. It was really good, and then it just kind of had like a like an ending. Like I was waiting for the whoa, and there wasn't the whoa. But it's a solid story. It's a great story. I was hoping you picked this because I want to talk about it this week. It's a solid book. Not a lot of horror to it.
No.
Not a lot of scary craziness. It's just really, really deep, good story.
In my opinion, this has probably been the best issue so far of the 4.
Okay, that's saying a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so let's do number 2. Numero dos.
Boom. Stray Dogs. Number 3.
Okay. You can talk about that because I'm not even reading that.
Oh.
I just can't do it. And no. So we have Trish Forrester.
Yes.
Trish Forrester. Hey. She's a friend of the store. She's in the live sales all the time. She's a sweet girl. I think the art is fantastic.
Yes.
I just can't get behind the story, but you're a huge fan, so are a lot of other people. So tell me why it made your freaking number 2. That's super high up there.
So I talked to Trish after I read this.
Okay.
And she said she did some serious drinking after she wrote after the story. And if you do read this, you find out see what happens at the end. It's very bleak.
So the premise of it,
yes,
from what I understand, is the dogs find out that they're owned by a serial killer.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's given to us in the first issue that dogs have a very short-term memory.
Oh, that's right.
So they're only remembering bits and pieces, and when they do remember it, they lose it like not too long after. So they're trying to have to remember.
All right, I might have to read this. I might have to give this another shot.
So the suspense only continues in this issue. It ratchets up even more,
especially with how much you like it. I should give it another try.
I mean, certain dogs are starting to remember what's happened, and the ending to this issue is simply shocking and terrifying in this. And it's very, very sad. A certain dog
shocking and terrifying.
Shocking and terrifying.
I never thought someone would say so.
Because what happens at the end of this, a certain dog may not make it out of this at the end. It's sad.
So all right, I will admit it. I've totally judged this book before I gave it a fair chance. Okay. Hey, I'm human. I preach to people. Don't do that all the time. Don't judge books before you give it a chance. I yell at you sometimes for that.
Yes, you do.
Right.
Fair enough.
I'm the victim of doing that with this book. I'll give it another shot.
I love dogs. I love dogs.
Well, yeah, me too. I'm a huge dog guy.
And what these dogs are going through.
If you don't like dogs, like fuck you, really.
Yeah, it really, yes. Yeah. And through it, when the dogs, what they're going through and what they're discovering, it really pulls on the heartstrings when you see what they're going through and what it's so it's a very good read.
Need a hug? You good?
I mean, I'm good. It's just when you think about what one of the dogs in this, it's sad. It's just like, oh my God, it got me.
All right.
It got me.
Well, I need to read it now.
Not where the red fern grows got me, but it got me.
Okay, this book here, this is Orphan and the Five Beasts from Dark Horse.
That's my number 1.
Okay, cool.
We're talking about it. Yes.
Man, this just gets better and better and better. This art blows away anything else that's out there this week.
Absolutely.
It's very close to the one of the books I did earlier. Go back and watch the video. The art very similar style, but the story is exciting. The main protagonist is a badass female. She's our hero.
Yeah, Orphan Mo.
Yeah, Orphan Mo. There you go. Yes. And this dude,
Thunder Thighs. I love it. I love that name.
I love that they keep giving the origin. So here's the premise of this: is at one time these spirits came into this world to learn about the world, and then this guy was like a sensei to them and mentored them and taught them different things. They then went off into the world. One of them, and now they're all these evil spirits, and this girl's been trained to go and stop them. The first one is this guy, Thunder Thighs. He's crushed it. It shows his origin.
Yes.
We get his origin, which is amazing.
Yes.
It's funny and amazing and scary at the same time. The character has one of the most shocking comebacks.
Oh, I did not even see that coming at all. I loved it.
One of the most shocking comebacks. I had an oh my God moment. I was like, I went, no way.
Like, am I reading this right now?
I was enjoying it, and then I was like, I am enjoying this even more. And then the way they finally killed him was just brutal.
Yes.
Spoiler alert, they kill him. It's so good, and I can't wait for the next one because they're building up to it so good. This is just a pleasant surprise every single week.
Yes, James Stoke, dude, your art is tits, man. I want his original pages.
It's so
I want
good.
these pages. These are
Yeah, I wouldn't mind owning some either. Maybe a cover or two.
gorgeously detailed. The art in this is second to none. And like I hate manga. I hate all that stuff, but this is amazing. If the manga was like this,
I don't feel like it's manga at all. I feel like it's just really well drawn action sequential art.
Yes, absolutely. And the story and the art.
You got to get it. You got to get it.
Shawn already said everything I wanted to say. Yeah.
Okay, so my top pick was one that you hated.
Mm-hmm.
This is my freaking top pick. My top pick. I was fully prepared. This is Layla's The Many Deaths of Layla Starr. I was fully prepared to hate this book. I thought it was going to be a bunch of garbage, another shitty-ass John indie book about some girl off doing a bunch of crap no one cares about. It is definitely not that whatsoever. Not that whatsoever. So I'll kind of give you a little bit of what happens. I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but we're in the I don't know what you want to call it, the death. So death winds up getting laid off.
Yes.
The entity death, the female death, she winds up getting laid off, and she doesn't like that. So she makes a deal to try to do something to get her job back. And that's how we get this. That's the premise of this book. It was totally unexpected. The art's nothing great, but the pace of the storytelling, the story itself, it's a fresh take on an older idea. I like how it's not, the son of Damien, the son of the devil, is going to kill us all. We have to put an end to him. It's not that at all. It's pretty much almost the opposite. And I'm excited to see what happens in the next one. This was a huge surprise to me. And I put a lot of thought into my top number 1 and number 2 pick, guys. And this will be my number 1 pick. But on the flip side of it, Drew hated it. Mm-hmm. He hated it. And we had a little fight about it in the other one, but it's okay.
We'll chat.
So pick it up yourself. Make your own choice. Mm-hmm. I really, really enjoyed this book. And Orphan and the Five Beasts is really, really good also. There's a lot of keys this week.
Yes.
Guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, comment your like number and what your thoughts are on the books this week. Am I crazy for picking this? Are you going to read it? Are you going to like it? What are you going to do this week? Let me know. And we will see you next time.
Giveaways. You got to give.
Giveaways. Mm-hmm. You win my top 10. Mm-hmm. You win my top 10, and in the other video, you win all these. And in my other video, if you go back and watch our Skip It's, which will be linked at the end of this one, if you watch that, you're also going to win a trade paperback. I just forgot to bring it upstairs. It's a hardcover. No, it's not a trade paperback. It's a hardcover. So like all this stuff. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Until next time. As always, buy what you like, collect what you want. Don't listen to the haters, and we'll see you next time.